Yo, same flame time, same flame station. What's going on, gang? Peace to the kings, peace to the queens, peace to the doers and the dozers, peace to the haters and the shit talkers. Because we got to have somebody to chronicle the motherfucking flamethrower we doing out here. It's your boy Phantm Phuego. How the hell y'all feeling today? Ain't y'all looking so scrum diddly motherfucking umptious out this motherfucker? God damn it, y'all looking good out here, man. It's your boy Phantm Phuego, PHANTM PHUEGO, and you all tuned into the news, views, previews, reviews, with just a twist of his ghetto point of view. Ooh, God damn it, I did it again. Ooh, yo. Oh man, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Wake up and love somebody. It's a beautiful day. Hey. To wake up and get some money. It's a beautiful day. Wake up and love somebody. Wake up and get some money. Wake up and slap the shit out of somebody if you have to. They ain't putting no respect on your goddamn name. But goddamn it, get up, get to it. You gotta get up. You gotta get going. Shout out to Dory Dimples. Gotta see a friend of mine, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up. My friend was the homies at the dispensary. Shouts to the Flower Posse. At the Flower Posse on Instagram. Shouts to Grandma's Goodies for always bringing us the grab bags of Delicioso. Grandma's Goodies with a Z. Grandma's with a Z and Goodies with a Z on all platforms. Shouts to AJ's Kitchen, bringing us the amazing food, the vegan goodness. You know, this is when you pop into the stew and it's already beautiful stuff here waiting for you. You feel blessed, man. You feel honored. You feel humbled. You feel privileged to continue to do this, to continue to make it happen, and continue to make these things pop. Yeah, man, we gonna have a good old fucking time today, gang. I hope everybody, we rolling into October. You know what I mean? We halfway through Jason, as some people would say. July, August, September, October, November. This is the hump of Jason right here. We on the precipice of going down toward the climax of this mofo. Well, I guess this would be the climax. Now. Sheesh. Let's see what this happens. For those that don't know, some people feel that July, August, September, October, and November, spelling out the acronym Jason, being the name of a horror movie character, Jason Voorhees. And the whole legacy of the concept of Jason and his mom, the relationship they had, and how you can take a step back and look at that being the relationship of the country in general. It's a very interesting thing. So, the state of the country, and how the country treats its citizens, how the country is treated by the rest of the world, how the European Union, the EU treats the United States, who some would feel birthed this nation's current paradigm. Though, I'd greatly argue against that bullshit. But, we got time for history in another segment. It's very interesting, that whole JASON thing in July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, man. We'll see what happens for the rest of October. We'll see what happens in November. There's so many things going on in the world right now. World wars, rumors of war. You know what I mean? Refugees flooding in from all different places. Political refugees, prisoners of war being captured and locked into places they can't get out of, like Afghanistan, etc. I mean, the world is upside down and inside out. But then there's also beautiful things happening at the same time. Babies is being born. New technologies is emerging. The crypto space is getting bigger and bigger. Motherfuckers is mining crypto out of volcanoes in El Salvador. Other places they think about connecting nuclear power to crypto miners, and they're encouraging crypto miners to move closer and closer to nuclear fusion zones. I mean, we got a beautiful place and also a tragic place in time. And some people wouldn't have it any other way. Some people say that's the poetic justice, which we call life. I say, it's your boy Phantm Phuego, Phantm Phuego, and you all listen to the news, views, previews, and reviews. But just the twist of his ghetto point of view. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I say we gonna have an amazing episode. Lock in, tune in, roll something, sip something, kick back, love on somebody, tune in. Make sure you get those donations up too, man, because every single dollar helps, man. Every dollar, $5, $30, $100, $500, $1,000, $10,000 donation super helps, man. Keep them coming in, keep them rolling, keep them rolling, keep them rolling. PayPal.me, PayPal.me, PayPal.me/Phantm, Phantm Phuego, Phuego, or Venmo at Phantm, Phantm hyphen dash, the little line in the middle, not the underscore, not the line at the bottom, not the line at the top, the line in the middle, the dash, also known as a hyphen, Phuego, Phuego. So that's Phantm. So it's at symbol Phantm, Phantm dash Phuego, Phuego dash 42. So Phantm Phuego 42. So Phantm dash Phuego dash 42 on Venmo. You guys are so amazing. Every single dollar that is donated goes to keeping independent media like this rocking, rolling, helping the guests, helping, to coordinate the logistics with the guests, helping coordinate the logistics with the show, helping with production things. You guys so rock. You guys are so amazing. You're so awesome. And I feel privileged, honored, and humbled as your MC, your hostess with the mostest, your master of these ceremonies, to just be able to bring this show here, because this show is for the people, man. His ghetto point of view is for the people. So that being said, people, if you have something you'd like to display in front of this audience, because it's your audience too, this is your family too, his ghetto point of view at gmail.com, his ghetto point of view at gmail.com, HISGHETTOPOINT, his ghetto point of view at gmail.com. You can also reach us at HGPOV on Instagram, HGPOV show, his ghetto point of view podcast, his ghetto point of view show. You can reach us a plethora of ways, and we super appreciate it, man. We super appreciate it. You guys are such a blessing. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to jump into it. It's going to be an absolutely flame-throwing episode. It's your boy Phantm Phuego. This is his ghetto point of view. This is not my show. This is y'all's show. I am just the humble conduit for the crack house. I mean, I just get to hold the keys to the trap and invite y'all over for a party twice a week. And then I'll make sure it stay clean. Cops don't bust this bitch. Yeah, man. I'm just a humble servant of the people, man. And I'm so appreciative and honored that the people have entrusted me to be their servant. What's good, gang? Take a quick break, and then we going. Let's go. Yeah, gang, we back. So, as always, gang, we gonna jump right into it. So it was a very interesting time in the NBA as preseason begins. Training camps are wrapping down. Preseason is starting. Camps are continuing, of course, as preseason unfolds, and the formal season is supposed to start around Halloween time. Yeah, ball don't stop, man. It keeps going all year round. But the people realize that ball really doesn't stop. Yeah, this is too. Yeah, I'm over here bugging out. Some things you just need the trusty old lighter for. Word. Pardon this smoke break, gang. Just gotta get the head right. Gotta get the body feeling good. I wake up pains in a mother. Alright, so man, it's been some bullshit going on around the organization. The NBA is really clamping down when it comes to these COVID regulations. And are they within their rights to do it? Yeah, they're a private run business, so they'll have every right to tell people, if you want to work at this privately owned company, this is the rules and regulations for working at this privately owned company. Cool beans. What they don't have the right to do, though, is force somebody to do something. They can coerce, but if they're literally forcing players to do things under duress, I think this is only, come back to bite the league when the next time for a negotiation comes around. So, following up on Andrew Wiggins' story, Warriors player who was adamant that he didn't want to take the shot. Now the Warriors continue public confidence in Wiggins' availability as he misses practice due to illness. So it's looking like Andrew Wiggins got the shot, and now he's sick, dealing with the complications from the virus, the vaccine. I'm not sure. So this article on SB Nation, it's unclear if Wiggins' illness is related to the coronavirus vaccine. He was completely healthy the other day when he said he didn't want to take it. Now all of a sudden he's sick. Y'all be the judge. If Wiggins didn't practice with the Golden State Warriors on Saturday, Andrew Wiggins didn't practice with the Golden State Warriors on Saturday, with the team only disclosing that he was quote unquote under the weather. In a normal year, this wouldn't so much as raise a single eyebrow. Were it any player other than Wiggins, you'd take 3 seconds to wonder if it's a breakthrough case, then forget about it and move on with your day. But it isn't a normal year, and it isn't a different player. It's a pandemic player. It's a pandemic year, and it's Andrew Wiggins. The Warriors entered training camp with legitimate aspirations of winning the West and hanging another banner. They have one of the top MVP candidates on their roster. They have one of the top Defensive Player of the Year candidates on their roster. They have 2 exciting rookies and an intriguing number 2 pick entering his second year. They have a franchise icon and a 5-time All-Star on the verge of returning after more than 2 years lost to injury, Klay Thompson. Despite all that, Wiggins has been not just the main headline, but perhaps the only headline. His resistance to get vaccinated for the coronavirus has become an everyday story as fans, as analysts, as fans and analysts alike ponder what the team would potentially do without their starting small forward for 41 games. And if he'd really leave about $15 million on the table. At Media Day, Warriors coach Steve Kerr and President of Basketball Operations General Manager Bob Myers expressed confidence that they would have a full roster for the start of the season. The same day, Wiggins, normally known for his laid-back demeanor, grew impatient and indignant with questions about the vaccination while refusing to offer up details as to why he remained resistant. Now we're getting closer And the issue is getting larger, but also murkier. The city mandate calling for all Warriors players to be vaccinated if they wish to partake in any activities at the Chase Center goes into effect October 13. Meaning practices on that day or the next day will be available only to inoculated players as the preseason finale on October 15th. Which makes Wiggins' absence on Saturday noteworthy. If Wiggins is under the weather while dealing with the side effects from the COVID vaccination, that likely means he was given a dose on Friday, the last possible day that would make him eligible for that final preseason game, assuming it's a single-dose vaccine. He'd still miss a practice or two, but he wouldn't miss any games, regular season or otherwise. Yeah, he just miss a practice or two, right? Put this Johnson & Johnson shot up in Andrew Wiggins' arms and, it'll be all right. Woo! Allegedly. It goes without saying that it's quite an if. Yes, Wiggins might be under the weather due to vaccination side effects, but he might also just be under the weather in a normal way, as happens. And given his lack of vaccination, it also could be that he's under the weather for much worse reasons. Stop it. Anyway, all that we know is that the Warriors continue to express public confidence that Wiggins will be available when the Warriors play their first regular season game and October 21st contest against the Los Angeles Clippers. Wiggins will need to be vaccinated by Thursday, October 7th, to be eligible for that game. And on Saturday, Kerr again said the expectation is that Wiggins will play in that game. Unfortunately, we also know that such public confidence from Kerr means next to nothing. Perhaps he truly is confident in Wiggins' availability. Perhaps he already knows that Wiggins has been inoculated. But what's the alternative here? Wiggins is already publicly upset that the team let the issue reach the media, Kerr publicly saying that the organization is pessimistic or concerned about his availability would be a management foible of the highest order. You could make the case that Kerr's comment is good news because he could have simply been given the answer no comment or an equivalent response. This is true. You could just as easily make the case that Kerr's comment is bad news because if Wiggins is indeed vaccinated, Kerr could have merely said that. And yes, there's likely a desire to keep that news private, but we're all going to find out on October 15th regardless. So what are we left with? Mostly nothing. Wiggins, they took this time to write you an article and tell you that the article meant nothing, gang. Wiggins may be under the weather due to a shot of Johnson & Johnson, or he may be unvaccinated. The Warriors' public confidence may be honest, or it may be fake. Yes, guys, they wrote this whole article to talk about absolutely nothing. Yo, I love when journalists do that, and they make you think they're giving you some real information, but they left us with shit at the end. I mean, the whole article very clearly indicates that he's probably under the weather because he just got the shot. If he was perfectly fine and now he's under the weather or can't play, then he probably just got the shot. Or they're saying he's under the weather, but the NBA might have said, we're putting you in COVID protocols. Oh yeah, somebody around the team tested positive, so we're putting you in COVID protocols. That's a very real thing. If everybody else got the shot, what if there was a breakthrough case on the team and somebody was working out in the gym around him, and so now he's got to be quarantined? But he personally is perfectly fine. I mean, there's so many things. But, I mean, again, like they said, we'll know October 15th if he's eligible for the final home game or not. And we'll definitely know on the 21st. So, very interesting article. Continuing on in NBA news, there's a report that the Detroit Pistons are another team inquiring about Ben Simmons. Before I even dig into the article, if I was the Philadelphia 76ers, could the Detroit Pistons offer me anything? Cade Cunningham, maybe Cade plus the other point guard, the French gentleman from last year. I'm sorry, his name escapes me at the moment. Maybe if I could get both of those guys for Ben, case one of them fizzles or one of them does good, or I can move one of them over to the 2. Maybe both of those guys I do for Ben. I wouldn't do just one of them for Ben. There's no way. But maybe both of them for Ben. But I would need both of them and like somebody who's like a veteran too. Who else does Detroit have? Jeez. Detroit don't got much. Damn. Yeah, Detroit doesn't really have much, man. Yeah, I would have to get both of those guys and like cash considerations, picks, couple vets. Yeah, it would have to be an insane package. Like, so the article goes on. The Ben Simmons drama in Philadelphia has extended into training camp, with the most recent development involving the team withholding $8.25 million of Simmons' salary on Friday. A trade would obviously be best for all parties involved, but the Sixers, understandably, want a return somewhat approximately fair value. You never get fair value when you trade a player of this magnitude. It's just not going to happen. In reporting today from the Inquirer's Keith Pompey, we were provided a current list of suitors for Ben's services. A league source said the Minnesota Timberwolves, Indiana Pacers, Cleveland Cavaliers, Detroit Pistons, Toronto Raptors, and San Antonio Spurs are still inquiring about Simmons' availability. I'd actually like to see him on the Spurs. I think that would keep Pop around for a few years. That would encourage people like Tim Duncan and stuff to join the coaching staff. And that type of coaching staff would superbly help a guy like Ben Simmons continue to grow and develop on the offensive end. Look what they did for Kawhi. Look what they just did for DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan was already a beast. And San Antonio just showed him how to just get real efficient with that shit. Like, nigga, moonwalk on these motherfucking haters. Moonwalk on your haters. Moonwalk on your haters. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, it's a beat. That'll be crazy. Moonwalk on your haters. Yeah, so I actually think Ben Simmons would do great in San Antonio. I think he's the type of player that they could build around for the next 10 years or so. I think it would help keep Pop involved with the team and give him something to do and help him transition the next set of great coaches that come out of there. Because so many great coaches have come off that tree and now are really making their claim with that Spurs style of offense around the league. I think Ben Simmons would be an amazing guard to run the Spurs offense. Yes, they got Dejounte Murray already, and he's a bad man, but he ain't no Ben Simmons, man. I think that would be great. I think that's the best. Toronto has really good development too. Does he want to go to the cold? Maybe, maybe not. But you're pairing him. If they could somehow keep Spicy P and Obi-Wan Anunoby, OG Anunoby, and pair the three of them, that's a team that you can't even score on. That's a team you really have problems scoring on. Oh, man, that would be sick. But there's no way they let them keep Spicy P and Anunoby in the trade. For him, Anunoby would probably have to go. As well as Boucher, Anunoby, Boucher, and probably somebody else. Mad money. But the team that is on the list that hasn't been often discussed in regard to Simmons' trade is the Detroit Pistons, the article continues. So let's examine the possibilities of such a deal. Obviously, rookie first overall pick, Cade Cunningham, would be completely off limits. I doubt that very much. I believe 22-year-old Saddiq Bey as well, fresh off an All-American first-team selection. I forgot they had Saddiq Bey. Shout to Saddiq Bey. That young man's a beast too. There's no way they'd have to give up Kade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, and the French point guard from the year before. There's no way they get to keep them in a trade for this guy. The cornerstone of the return would likely need to revolve around former Sixer Jerami Grant, who signed a 3-year, $60 million deal with the Pistons last offseason. Okay, so Jerami Grant, to make the money work, thereafter averaging a career-high 22.3 points per game in his first season in Detroit. Okay, I see you, Jerami. At 27 years old and with only 2 years left on his deal, Grant wouldn't be as likely to overlap with the prime of Detroit's young core as might a 25-year-old Ben Simmons under contract through the 24-25 season. The Sixers would have to determine if a Grant-Tobias Harris combination at the forwards would be the best path forward, giving both players are likely best suited to play the 4. Tobias can play some 3, though. Is it his best position on the floor? Debatable. Jerami's best position is definitely the 4. Among other pieces to round out the deal, 2020 7th overall pick, Killian Hayes. That's the gentleman's name. Sorry, Killian. And I watched your Overtime special. I was a big fan of you on Overtime, and I can't remember your name now. Killian Hayes. Probably doesn't make sense for either side. The Pistons would be loath to give on a 20-year-old point guard with potential, while the Sixers wouldn't view him as a guy ready to help now during Joel Embiid's prime. Someone who could make a ton of sense would be veteran Corey Joseph, who re-signed with Detroit this offseason on a 2-year deal, with next year being a player option. The Sixers have been linked to Joseph in the past, who would represent a terrific backup point guard option and contingency plan if Shake Milton's shift to the position doesn't go smoothly. Article continues, another possibility might be Kelly Olynyk. I'm sorry, guys, but this is not really a good haul for somebody that for Kelly Olynyk. Jamari Grant. Listen, Jamari Grant's dope, and he's averaging 20 points a game now. You could call it empty calories on a team that's not really going nowhere. Man, no. Killian Hayes, Kade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, they all gonna have to be in this deal. What he got talk about is Ben fucking Simmons. And if you get to keep one of them, it ain't gonna be Cade. It ain't gonna be Killian. It's gonna be Sadiq. If I was them, I would want to keep Sadiq out of the 3 because that gives me somebody to shoot next to Ben, because that dude can pull up from in the locker room. Just saying. The rest of it don't make any sense. But I know. I be bugging. Hey, I be bugging. So y'all can tell me I'm bugging. Y'all can tell me I'm crazy. Y'all can tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all can tell me I'm twisted. Y'all can tell me I'm Ricky Retardo. Y'all can tell me I'm tripping. That is fine with me. You know what? Because y'all motherfucking crazy if y'all think that this is a good haul for Ben fucking Simmons. I get it. Y'all think, oh, this nigga ain't got no heart. He making all that money for nothing. Just a Kardashian baby. Blah, 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 blah. Y'all are bugging with a capital B if y'all think that these dudes are better than him. Stop it. Article continues, while it's a far cry from a package headlined by Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal, a Pistons deal bringing back Grant, Olynyk, or Joseph and draft compensation could represent a bridge deal to assist the Sixers in the present while leaving the asset war chest stocked should another opportunity arise later. The main questions would be whether Daryl Morey would want to throw in the towel on the superstar hunt and whether Simmons' value has fallen so far that the Pistons would find even a deal such as this untenable. That sounds crazy. If the Pistons wouldn't do this deal, they're stupid. If the Sixers do this deal, that means they didn't trust the process. Also stupid. Either way, I don't think any of this is good ideas, guys. Craziness. So, preseason started last night, and Lakers played to the Nets in the home opener in a game some people feel is a precursor to what would be the finals. So they put on for the first game, they're showcasing who will be matched up in the finals. Shouts to SB Nation once again. Malik Monk shines in debut, but Lakers drop preseason opener to Nets. Lakers couldn't give the NBA, let alone the Nets, a warning to consider on Sunday. Why would they play a serious game against them? It's the preseason. They don't want them to see what they really working with. Come on. Article starts. Generally speaking, it's bad practice to put much stock into preseason games. That's especially true when both teams rest their stars like the Los Angeles Lakers and Brooklyn Nets did on Sunday. But if there's one thing that can be taken by the Lakers' 123-97 loss to the Nets on Sunday, it's that Malik Monk is going to give Frank Vogel something to think about when it comes to the Lakers' competition at shooting guard. Although Monk didn't get the starting nod, he looked like someone who could very easily enter that conversation with a stat line of 15 points on 6 of 12 shooting from the field and 3 of 6 from behind the arc, and they need shooting. So Malik Monk to the Lake Show. Oh, it's going to be nice. Monk's defense is still a work in progress, but the offense looks sustainable. It was a less memorable night for two of the other guards vying for the spot in the starting lineup, Taylor Horton-Tucker and Wayne Ellington. Taylor Horton-Tucker is nice. He's just not ready. Wayne Ellington, stop it. Horton-Tucker arguably had the play of the night with a monster jam in the first quarter, but ended the night with just 10 points on 3 of 11 shooting from the field. Meanwhile, Ellington couldn't convert his 3-point shots, going 2 of 7 from deep. It's the first game, guys. Good news for Horton-Tucker and Ellington is that they both still have 2 of the high plus-minuses on the team. Horton-Tucker led the starters with -2, and Ellington led the bench with +3. All in all, though, it's been everything you'd expect from the first game of the preseason. Shots hit the front of the rim. Guys picked up silly fouls, including Dwight Howard, who fouled out in the preseason, and the bulk of the expected rotation rested the fourth quarter. So, yeah, on Sunday, Monk made his case. We'll see who steps up on Wednesday. Very nice, very nice. Way to go, Malik Monk. Way to go, Malik Monk. Way to go. We shall see what happens. We shall see. Either way, it should be a nice, cool season. Should be fun. And no matter what happens, I'm going to be watching some Charlotte ball. I'm going to watch some Chicago ball. If the Lakers really go for LiAngelo, I'll be watching Lakers ball. I'll be watching Houston because that's my team. And they picked up Jalen Green and Josh Christopher. So watching them, while they won't win a lot of games, is going to be hella fun. Because watching those 2 young boys develop is going to be nice. But what I want to know is, who you guys got winning the whole thing this year? Who you think is going to win the whole thing? And who are some young players you think could win Rookie of the Year this year? Tell me your thoughts, guys. Tell me your thoughts. His Ghetto Point of View at gmail.com. His Ghetto Point of View at gmail.com. His Ghetto Point rookie-of-the-year@gmail.com. I am going to pencil in Jalen Green as Rookie of the Year this year, not just because he's playing for my Rockets, because Josh Christopher could go off all year and kind of derail that for him. But I think he's just so NBA ready, so NBA polished. He had a really good season with the G League at 19, right out of high school. Very thin, slim frame. Nowhere matured into his full NBA body yet. No man matured into his grown man body yet. In another 3-4 years, when he bulks up, put on some muscle, put on some muscle mass, get his body into the comfortable with playing at the pace of the league consistently. Though he plays really fast, so I don't think he'll have a problem with that transition. This kid could not only be Rookie of the Year, but very arguably be in the MVP conversation throughout the bulk of his prime in this league. And he could very well arguably become one of the faces of the league in the next 7-8 years. Him, LaMelo Ball, there's a lot of players that could vie for that spot. Evan Mobley, so many, man, there's a lot of good talent coming up. Next year, in a couple years, Mikey Williams, there's a lot of really good ball players coming up, man. So we shall see who takes over as the new heir to the throne. But all signs look like it's going to be Melo, with Jalen Green being a very, very close second. But if Evan Mobley lives up to any of the hype that he has, whew, man, this is going to be a good year. So we're going to take a quick break. It's your boy Phantm Phuego. Please make sure you guys continue to donate. PayPal.me/Phantm, PHANTM, Phuego, PHUEGO, on Venmo at Phantm, PHANTM Phuego, PHUEGO 42. That's Phantm Phuego 42. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Share the show out. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Twice a week we get it in. Shouts to Indie Source Magazine for letting me write. Make sure you download the digital edition of the magazine. I believe that will be available as of today. Yeah, the digital edition of the magazine is available as of today. And you can order your physical copy of the magazine, which comes with a digital copy as well. Indie Source Magazine, Indie Source Mag. We are for the streets. We are the Indie Source. We're going to take a quick break, jump back in. Shit. Yeah, gang. So as always, thank you so much for rocking in, vibing and rocking with the show. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you take your time out and rock with me, and I humbly appreciate it. And not only do you do that, you share the show out. Y'all share your favorite episodes with others, and I challenge you guys who haven't done so yet. Find your favorite episode. It's like 90 of them now. You know what I'm saying? So many amazing interviews, so many amazing guests have come up. Shout to Tommy Farmer and the amazing Q&A we did over the past 2 episodes. That was really dope. If you haven't had a chance to do so, please check out the Q&A I did with Tommy Farmer. Yeah, man, that was just amazing. Also, please check out all of the past episodes. Go back to episode 1 if you haven't done so, man. See the growth, see how it's changed, see how it's grown, how we've changed the format, adjusted the content a bit. I've gotten definitely more into what our audience loves and enjoys, and I super appreciate that, because I think I've had more of an opportunity to get to know you guys, my audience, as we've grown and transitioned just a little bit. Know there's so much more to learn, and I'm loving the journey, man. I love being in the gym and getting his work up and figuring out what best will help this thing grow. And I'm so humbled and honored, as I say all the time, gang, for just being the humble master of ceremonies. This is y'all platform. His Ghetto Point of View is a show for the people. I'm just the conduit of the dopeness. All the artists that come on here, all the different business people, all the people in all sectors that come on here, tell their stories, express themselves, drop gems and drop jewels for you guys. All of the different questions I get in my emails, to hisghettopointofview@gmail.com. All the questions I get in my DMs at HGPOV show, His Ghetto Point of View show, at the His Ghetto Point of View podcast, IG pages. It's all just such a blessing, man. And it keeps me on my toes. It keeps me sharp. It keeps me focused on what's next. How do I continue to innovate? How do I continue to push the envelope? And I just want to say thank you. I'm so forever humbled. Shout out to AJ's Kitchen once again for the beautiful vegan dishes. They always dropping us with these care packages. It's so amazing. AJ's Kitchen, order up. Happiness served, order up. AJ's Kitchen at gmail.com. AJSKITCHINN. AJ's Kitchen at gmail.com. Happiness served, order up. Try their double Dutch cookies, vegan gummies. Try their lollipops. They're a blessing on Taco Tuesdays. Check them out tomorrow for Taco Tuesday, guys. Check them out tomorrow for Taco Tuesday. Ay, ay, ay. But seriously, though, they are crushing the game out here. Shouts out to them, man. Service with a smile. Amazing portions. Amazing the freshness of the food. The high quality ingredients. I can't say enough. AJ's Kitchen at gmail.com. Or catch them on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, etc. Place your orders today. AJ's Kitchen at gmail.com. AJSKITCHINN. Happiness served. Order up. Shouts to Grandma's Goodies, holding it down. Vegan, organic, infused, delicious. What else can I say about Grandma's Goodies? And guys, if you have any products that you would like to get in front of our amazing audience, please give us a shout. hisghettopointofview@gmail.com. hisghettopointofview@gmail.com. HISGHETTOPOINT. His Ghetto Point of View @gmail.com. That is again HISGHETTOPOINT. His Ghetto Point of View @gmail.com. Last but not least, all artists looking to get their stuff mixed, get Phantm on your mix. Get Phantm on your mix. Get Phantm on your mix. EQ is life 247 @gmail.com. EQ is life 247 @gmail.com. You can also catch my EQ is life show, seasons 1 and 2, season 3 coming soon on YouTube, where I go over all type of production tips and tricks. Definitely a blessing doing that podcast, and I very much look forward to getting back into it and expanding it into the full vision that I saw for the EQ is Life podcast very shortly. But there's a ton of dope content up there for artists, engineers, producers, people that who have children who are interested in music and want to just help them out. You can guide them to this channel. It's all free content up on my YouTube page where they can see how to mix. I'm mixing generally in Pro Tools. I think I have a couple episodes in Cubase and Logic. But for the most part, I'm showing my examples in Pro Tools with all these stock plugins for the most part, or some free plugins that I reviewed as well. Every Friday I did a free EQ review, so that was dope. Yeah, man. EQ is life @gmail.com for all mixing, and check out the EQ is life 247. EQ is life 247 @gmail.com. Yeah, man. Stuff is absolutely great. But we're gonna jump into this next story, man. Stuff is crazy. Shout to Digital Music News for this one. Spotify has been really seriously cracking down on a lot of the fake streams lately, and Spotify issues stern warning on fake streams, promises to withhold royalties and remove content. Spotify is cracking down on fake streams with promises to withhold royalties and remove content. Fake streams are plays of music by bots, hijacked accounts, or other inauthentic listening methods. It's become such a problem that J. Cole rapped about it in the 2018 song A Lot. Getting they place from machines, I can see behind the smoke and mirrors. Niggas ain't really big as they seem. Getting they place from machines, I can see behind the smoke and mirrors. Niggas ain't really big as they seem. This is true. Fake streaming has plagued the platform for years, and a quick Google search shows why. Any aspiring artist who wants to boost their numbers on Spotify are offered a myriad of service. I will help you by real play from all over the world at an affordable price. One site reads, emerging artists might be attracted to these illegitimate offers despite being against Spotify's terms of service. That's because of the way royalties are divided from a mass pool. You earn more royalties the more monthly listeners you have. These fake streams offered by companies are intended to mimic a song or album going viral on Spotify. Once the song is popular enough, you get noticed by algorithms. They'll pick it up and put it in a playlist, hopefully snowballing its popularity. Artificial streams from bots and hijacked accounts are fake streams, and they hurt the music industry as a whole. Spotify tracks unusual listening patterns and flags streams that are potentially suspicious. We have a huge team of engineers and researchers working on detecting, mitigating, and removing artificial streaming activity across Spotify so you can protect artists and their legitimate streams, says Sarah Childs. Of course, they want to make sure they're not paying you more and more dime than they need to. So don't let Spotify act like they're trying to do this for some integrity purpose. No, this is to make sure you ain't getting no money, because they have no problem with the music industry's affiliates using bots, because everyone in the music industry uses bots. If that wasn't made abundantly clear by the argument that Tekashi 6ix9ine was having with Scooter Braun, if that wasn't made abundantly clear when Tekashi put out his album after he dealt with his whole situation, he was straight saying, yo, these dudes is using bots, everything is fake. They talking about I'm using bots, they using bots too. Scooter Braun said in an article that, Tekashi was using more than what we normally do. You know, we might juice it up a little bit to sensational to get people really going. But this kid's going crazy. He blatantly admitted that everyone's using bots. Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber. These are the people Scooter Braun was helping push at the time, while Tekashi's album was also coming out and he was going vying for the same #1 spot. So Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber use bots to make their numbers go up as well as everybody on the big machine. You talking about Taylor Swift used to be on the big machine. So what we really saying about these numbers, y'all? Who numbers real? Who? And come on, man, don't play me, J. Cole. You was an artist in the industry coming up too. Don't tell me like you ain't never had no bots. Let's stop. And be the one pointing it out. Everybody using bots. But if you start having insane numbers on your joints instead of a little juice boost, I guess that's when the red flags come. Or if they just don't like you, you're not a part of their clique no more. In the case of Tekashi, he was put out as the heel or the anti-villain, from the one that the clique was moved away from. And, you know, that was supposed to help galvanize him even more. To me, in my perspective, that was he was the heel. He was the dude that'll keep it 100. Stop it. Anyway, article continues. Legitimate streams are exactly what it sounds like. Someone clicked on your music in Spotify to listen out of interest. Spotify says it's only fair that every artist has a chance to earn income, and fake streams take royalties away from hardworking artists on the platform. No, they don't. That's not true at all. That is not true at all. Don't let them lie to you. Don't do artificial streaming. That's my big message, says D. Childs of Reach Records. If you have money that you're able to reinvest in your career, then reinvest it into channels that are going to actually provide a return that is long-term. Advertising, creating visual content, music videos to grow your channel instead of putting all of your budgets into something that isn't going to give you the fan base that you ultimately need. Now, there is some truth to that. There's also some truth that you can legitimately advertise through Spotify, and they'll help you get to the clicks that you're trying to get. Anyone who says they get you any Spotify playlist for a fee is not telling you the truth and is not affiliated with Spotify in any way. Spotify says, don't believe that either. That's bullshit. There are plenty of big DJs formerly affiliated with Spotify who are charging you to be on their playlist. You can't buy your way onto a Spotify editorial playlist. The hell you can. The only way to pitch music to our editors for editorial playlist consideration is by submitting your tracks on Spotify for artists. Lies. That is cool. That's true when you at the lower and mid levels, but when you start really getting up and you're really in the network, you really going to Spotify artist in sessions, you really are networking with people, or you have management or PR or an attorney, etc., who knows people at those offices. Stop acting like nepotism ain't real even at Spotify. Stop acting like there's not people shaking hands and making waves onto playlists. Cut it out. People like DJ Academics and all of them have blown the lid off on all this shit. Like, cut it the freak out. To combat artificial streaming, Spotify is taking action against fake streams. They remove user-generated playlists that offer paid placement and violate Spotify's terms of service. Okay, so I won't post that it's paid. I'll make you pay me discreetly and still post your song. Wow. Anyway, Spotify may withhold royalties, correct stream numbers, and chart positions. Your music may even be removed from Spotify. Might. Stop it. This is a great article by Ashley King, and I'm not saying this won't affect people, and they've been doing a lot of cracking down, but they're not cracking down on their people. They're not cracking down on the people they're affiliated with. No, they're only cracking down on the people that they don't really bop with, like that are the indie labels, the labels that have people that they have issues with, the labels that have people they have gripes with. Those are the people they bop down on, because Spotify still gets paid whether the bots are running up the numbers or not. Spotify still gets paid because advertisers don't know the difference between if they're paying Spotify for bot hours or for real human listens. And guarantee you advertisers are more bothered by it. And Spotify is only probably trying to do a fake pseudo crackdown, because I don't believe it's legit, because it won't be across the board, because their advertisers are like, yo, are we paying for real people to listen to our commercials or your bots? And yes, I said your bots, because act like they ain't got bots. It's a lie. Act like the companies they're affiliated with don't have bots. More lies. More lies. More lies. More lies. More lies. More lies. Let's not lie. Everybody using bots. Everybody got web people working at their companies now to help push stuff over the top, to help make stuff go viral. Everybody doing it. DJ Academics in a recent, not recent now, because it was when the Complex show was still on with him, Nadeska, and Wayno, and shout to Everyday Struggle. He was like, yo, that it's very much a business, music labels. So music labels know what an album roughly is going to sell because of how they market, produce, and promote it. They can't wait until the next hit to feed their kids. This has to be an auto-generated kind of deal. And they only want to be the people that architect that. They don't want people outside of that architecting that and messing it up for everybody else. It's BS, man. It's BS. It's BS. When they open up and show you their numbers being fake too, then let's take this serious. But until then, listen, man, you do what you got to do. Try to do it through applications that you know will work. Also do promotion and marketing directly through Spotify, directly through Facebook, directly through Instagram. Get those people on your side as well. I'm not saying just hack the system all the time. But I mean, listen, man, rules are there for those who need to follow them. You understand? Like the people who trying to get to it and change their destiny, change their family's life, they're not always going to be the people that follow all the rules. They're going to take risks. You know, yeah, you might get a song kicked off of Spotify. Yeah, you might have to, you know what I mean? Like, okay, did they say they'll kick you off of Spotify? No, they said they might remove a song. Ooh, okay. I'll do it again with the next song. So what? Did I still get paid? Did y'all still get paid? Are y'all still charging advertisers? Are y'all telling the advertisers, oh, these are the bot hours versus this? When I see the advertisers get to sift through and have accounts of Spotify's number books and how many hours of real versus bot, membership versus membership, and premium memberships versus free, and how many of those premium and or free hours are bot versus real, and how much, and if they're giving people discounts based off all that, if they're really doing that level of scrutiny to themselves, and so now they're asking for it externally and esoterically, awesome. But if they full of shit, and everybody who's down with big labels, and everybody who's auntie, everybody who's the nephew, niece, and goddaughter and godson of somebody who works at Spotify or an affiliate company and can still get they shit up there and run it up with the bots and still pay to get on the big playlists and the editorials, lean in their direction and ignore other people who might even be doper with bigger buzzes, then to hell with all of them. They could jerk, you know what I'm saying? They could jerk it. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I use Spotify. I love Spotify. But what the fuck we talking about? Some .0.000000000000000 cents? Like, they act like they're being fair to artists. Spotify really be talking from this position like they're being fair to the fucking artists in the first place. Motherfucker, if y'all was being fair to artists and y'all was fucking paying people fairer rates, would people need to run shit up? Would people need to put out 25 songs and have people complaining? In the case of Kanye West, would people need to do any of these things to get the fucking just due they feel they need to get from your bitch ass platform? And it's like a necessary fucking evil because everybody and they fucking mama got Spotify on their phone. Motherfuckers' phones come built with Spotify in this shit. So they already, like, Spotify has the lock-in with Samsung, the lock-in with Microsoft, the lock-in with Apple. So their applications are in all of these phones preloaded or in the phone's stores as editorial suggested apps, as safe apps, as top apps. Easy to download, easy to use on each mobile application. Like, come the fuck on. Y'all motherfuckers getting paid hand over fist, going and coming. I can't open my phone up without seeing Spotify on that bitch. Brand new out the box. So don't fucking, y'all niggas ain't. Whew. Calm down, Phuego. Don't let them see the flames, man. Don't let them see the flames. These motherfuckers. These motherfuckers, man. They play like they're being fair to artists. Me and my dudes were just having this convo the other day. Like, and this is why you gotta be on other spots like Bandcamp and stuff. Shout to Jay Swiss when he came through and had that conversation. And a couple other artists I know as well. Henny Cornelius, Chris Carr, Mandela Eskia, in addition to, of course, having their stuff on the larger platforms so everybody can quickly get access to it, DJs can listen to it, streaming services can play it quickly, etc., etc., etc. If you really want to make some money, man, do you go for this .0.0000000? Or in addition to making sure that it's readily available for everybody on these, do you put it on the Bandcamps, the Reverb Nations, etc.? So through your own websites, your own mobile applications, so the people who really your hardcore fan base, you know, do you really just need 100 people that'll pay $500? Do you really just need 500 people that'll pay $100? When you're trying to talk about a sustainable model and sustainability as in a career of art, if you can find 500 people annually who are willing to pay $100, and you do that by, you know, constantly touring, constantly grinding, constantly doing shows, it's 50 grand right there. If you get 500 people willing to pay $100 for your merch, for your albums, tickets, stickers, etc. You know, just saying. If you get 500 people willing to pay $1,000, that's 500 grand. Or if you get 1,000 people willing to pay $500, if you're on tour all over the place all the time, I mean, it's very possible, man. It's very possible. Just saying, 1,000 people in the whole country of 30 to 40 million black people, 350 to almost 400 million people of every other shade and ethnicity that you can imagine. Pretty confident that can be done. Just saying. Just something to think about. And yeah, again, that's a $500,000 figure for only, again, so getting 500 people to pay you $100 for your stuff, $50,000, you immediately are in middle class. Just as a musician, just doing your art. 500 people, $100. So what would you have to get in front of a couple thousand people to get that 100 people? Unless your stuff is really good, then maybe just getting in front of 1,000 to 1,500 people can make that happen for you. These are all very doable things, especially if you live in metropolitan areas. Just saying, man. Just saying. It's your boy Phantm Phuego. This is his ghetto point of view. We bring you the news, reviews, views, previews, and reviews with just a twist of his ghetto point of view. Ooh. Take a quick break, gang. We'll be right back. Jordiii, first of all, thank you so much, man, for taking the time out. How are you, good brother? I know you're a super busy guy, so I truly appreciate you taking a moment, man.
I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good. Just just taking the day in for the most
That's
part,
dope.
man. But I'm pretty good, man. How are you?
Like you said, man, one day at a time, good bro. Moving forward, and just taking in everything as it comes, man. Just being positive and productive as I can, and seeing where that goes.
For
But
sure, for sure.
word, bro. So yeah, thank you so much once again, man. Not to belabor the point, but if you don't mind, let's just jump right in, bro.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, if you could please, man, let us know like where you start, where did you get this start that took you on this amazing meteoric journey. Not to throw you too many flowers and embarrass you, bro, but you're like hella talented, man. Like you're very
Thank
humble about it. Nah, bro, for real. Like you're amazingly talented, bro. And you're so humble about it, and you're so willing to share your knowledge with other people who you see are passionate as well. And so I think that's really dope, man, because you could have somebody who's like a Jordan or a Kobe who well actually not even Kobe, like a Jordan who yeah, he's nice, teach that niceness to other people as well. But like you really can translate your skills to other people who really want to learn. And I think that just is a testament to not only how talented you are, but how much of a really knowledgeable about your craft you are, because you can show other people how to progress too if they want to and get their own game up. So I just think you're an amazing dude, man. I just want to give you
you.
some flowers before we started. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much, man. That's humbling, man. You have no idea how much I appreciate that, man. Yeah, no, man. I've never been one to like hold on too tightly to resources, man, and whether those resources are, knowledge or contacts or anything like that. I've never been the person to do that. Of course, when it comes to contacts, there's protocol, and you gotta make sure that the other person is okay before giving contacts away. But I've never been the type to like hold on too tightly to any of that, man. Any kind of knowledge or resource. So I'm glad that at least to everyone that I've tried to help out, that um that how I taught and how I reached out and shared was palatable.
Nah, very much so. Good, bro. Very much, man. So yeah, take us back if you don't mind, bro. Like, have you always been a New York cat? Are you originally from somewhere else and then New York became your second home? If you don't mind, please.
I'm from the South Bronx, raised in the South Bronx. I've always wanted to be in entertainment, even as a kid, man. Just constantly like making up dumb songs and silly songs and um, you know being a class clown, the center of attention all the damn time. But suffice to say, I led a pretty exhausting childhood. But yeah, man, I've always loved that kind of stuff, man. Just putting a smile on people's face and entertaining people. You know what I'm saying? So you know, um, fast forward to fifth grade, I had a crush on this girl, and I wrote her a poem, and
Fire.
I never gave it to her. I never gave her the poem, but it, what it did teach me was that creative release. You know what I'm saying? That I had all of those pent up feelings, and I put it down on paper. I was pretty intense for like a fucking fifth grader, but I was pretty intense, and I put it down on paper, and I felt, and it made me feel good, and I carried that, and I started using writing as an outlet. So I started writing more poetry, and then it went to a point where I was writing raps, and I wanted to be a rapper at one point. And then I would like spit, you know what I'm saying, like rhymes to people, and I love that as well. And then I just started like singing, and I didn't know I could sing. And friends of mine used to like invite me to go to like the Harlem Parade or like Juve, and like they'd have me like sing for girls, and we'd have girls because of like my singing or whatever. Yeah. So a friend of mine, Charles Perry, who's not only a phenomenal, probably one of the greatest singers that I've ever heard and have the privilege to know. We were working together at some call center. He was working on in his music career. He went on to, I mean, he's a pastor now, a minister at a church now. But he went on to do stuff for like Disney and stuff like that. But at the time we were working at a call center, and we went out for our lunch break, and I was kind of just playing around. I was singing Justin Timberlake's "Like I Love You," and I was singing that. I remember we were walking in the rain in Times Square, and he was like, "Jordiii, you can sing," and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, bro, like you could sing, you know." And he was like, "Yo, I'll give you some vocal lessons, man." And I was like, "Nah." He was like, "You sure, bro? Like, I'll do it for free. Just come through." And I was like, "All right." So once he said free, I was with all of that. So went to him for about 3.5 years, vocal coaching. All during the interim, I kind of got into writing with him and kind of, writing lyrics and whatnot. And while I was doing that, sidebar, a guy from my block, Al King, at the time was managing an artist signed to Bad Boy, and I think one signed to J Records. And so he invited me to be his A&R, the A&R to his management company, because he really liked my ear. And so visiting the studio, writing in the studio, putting records together in the studio, I just started doing my own thing. And that led me to post music like on MySpace, when MySpace first made the music pages.
Shout to MySpace.
Facts, shout to MySpace. And that led me to meet my own management. And they actually introduced me to Carl Thomas.
Wow.
Yeah, we went to his house. I don't know if he still lives in Teaneck, New Jersey, but we went to his house in Teaneck. And Carl was just like, that's one thing, man. Carl Thomas is like the greatest fucking icebreaker I've ever known. Like, he's a conversationalist, man. And I was kind of super nervous and kind of like standing there all stoic with my arms crossed and just like, he's like, "Yo, where you from?" And I'm like, "Yo, I'm from the Bronx." He's like, "Yeah, you stand like you from the Bronx." And I started laughing. So I started laughing, and then from there he kind of just broke the ice and was just like, "Hey, so they were telling me about you, that you write and stuff. Let me hear some stuff." And at the time I had the Nextel i930, and that was the first Nextel, I believe, that had voice notes on it. and I recorded like a song on the voice notes with a track playing on the CD or whatever, and I played it for him from the voice notes, which was a song called "One Love," and he really loved it. And he was like, "Hey, so what are you doing with this?" And I was like, "I don't know, I just recorded it or whatever." He's like, "Hey, would you like to record it or whatever?" And yeah, I was super happy. We went downstairs to his basement. He had a studio in the basement, little recording situation, and we cut the record. At the time, I was just starting, so I didn't know how to arrange vocals. And he was just like, "Hey, is it okay if I get someone to, you know?"
Yeah, we back, gang. We back, and of course, before we get out of here, gang, let's take a quick look at some crypto news. Yeah, man, stuff is going crazy on the markets right now. Things are crazy. And El Salvador introduces fuel subsidy of 20 cents per gallon to locals who pay in Bitcoin. Article courtesy of Cointelegraph. El Salvador is looking to bolster adoption of its government-issued Chivo Bitcoin. Wepa. Chivo Bitcoin wallet by offering discounts on petrol purchases of 20 cents per gallon to consumers who pay using Bitcoin. But do they have to pay exclusively through their Chivo Bitcoin wallet? Salvadoran, so that they can track it, Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele has announced that consumers who can enjoy a 20 cents per gallon reduction in petrol prices when paying using the government-backed Bitcoin wallet. Yes, there you go. That's what I was wondering. Describing the news as positive news for the pockets of Salvadorans. Yeah, sure. The president announced the subsidy via Twitter on Thursday, according to a rough translation. Bukele stated. I need to be translated talking like that. The state company Chivo negotiated with the largest gas station companies in our country, so that starting tomorrow, their stations will sell each gallon of fuel 20 cents cheaper with Chivo wallet. Bukele emphasized that there is no limit to the discount and that any person or company can access the rebate. He added that the discount will erase several increases in the international price of fuels and reduce transportation costs and supply chains. However, some Salvadorans appear unconvinced that the subsidy ultimately benefits the public, with Twitter user Aiden3840 responding, "Those 20 cents will come from all of us, right? That gas station does not lose. There goes the refund after paid with the taxes of even those who walk on foot." Oh, that the rebate will come out of everyone's taxes, even people who don't use cars. That's a very good point. Others were cynical of the government's decision to offer the discount to only those who pay using Chivo, with another Twitter account questioning why the administration did not move to offer relief on fuel prices at an earlier date. Of course. This is always going to add some bit of skepticism. It's always going to be some skepticism. Also, in other El Salvador news, you guys know that they've been doing the geothermal mining, the volcano mining, which is crazy. So El Salvador president teases a geothermal Bitcoin mining farm. El Salvador's president showed the supposed first steps of a geothermal Bitcoin mining farm. The Salvadoran president Nayib Bukele shared a video showing the apparent progress of the country's Bitcoin mining plant powered by the volcanic geothermal energy. Crazy. The video shows an overview of a power generation facility with technicians enabling crypto mining rigs. Bukele did not elaborate much on the process shown in the video, only writing hashtag quote unquote first steps. This with a Bitcoin tag alongside emojis depicting a volcano and El Salvador's national flag. The president's office did not immediately respond to Cointelegraph's request for comment. Article goes on to say, according to Tesla CEO Elon Musk, Bitcoin has already hit its benchmarks on renewable energy in July, suggesting that the percentage of renewable energy usage was likely more or above 50%. Also, the latest move by the Salvadorian government reaffirms the massive potential for Bitcoin proponents to cut Bitcoin's carbon footprint using a wide number of renewable energy sources, including hydroelectric, solar, and wind power. Yeah, so all that gobbledygook people used to talk about crypto is bad for the environment. Number one, it wasn't in its current iteration. It isn't in its current iteration, and it will not be. And it's in it as time goes on. It will get even more eco-friendly, eco-conscious, environmentally friendly. Yeah, and so this just in, Bitcoin moves past 48K as Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp go down. During the outage, many crypto Twitter users called for a need for a decentralized social network built on blockchain. So pretty much they want to have blockchain built on social media so that it can't go down. But then if you think you have problems keeping stuff private on social media now, a social media built on the blockchain is going to be completely transparent. There will be no secrets, no lies, no hiding anything. So, you get what you ask for, right? Major social media and communication platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, went offline this morning as the price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies surged. What? As data from Cointelegraph Market shows, the Bitcoin price moved above 48K after falling to a daily low of 47,166, and an increase of roughly 3% in less than 2 hours. The price of Ether similarly rose 2.7% over the same period to reach $3,300.76 at the time of publication. The sudden price volatility comes as major social media platform Facebook, photo and video sharing app Instagram, and messenger app WhatsApp, both owned by Facebook, went down at approximately 11:16 a.m. Eastern Time on October 4th. Dumb. Communications team who communicated through Twitter, the company was working to get things back to normal as quickly as possible. In March 2019, all three platforms reported a major outage at roughly the same time that lasted more than 24 hours. At that time, Facebook attributed the problem to a server configuration change. The interruptions may impact community engagement around crypto and blockchain projects, but Discord, Twitter, YouTube, and many other platforms are still functioning normally. Many crypto Twitter users are already using the incident to highlight the need for a decentralized social network built on blockchain. Of course they are. If they built Facebook on a blockchain, it would never go down, said Alan Farrington, who regularly writes about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in his Medium blog. The outage also follows former Facebook employee Frances Haugen turning over thousands of documents to journalists and others, which seemed to imply that the company was not doing what it claimed in regards to removing hate speech and posts encouraging violence from the platform. Among other things, Facebook stock fell by more than 5% on Monday to reach $324.90 at the time of publication. Oh yeah, we're going to talk about that. Frances Haugen released some very damning information about Facebook, saying that it is horrible for people. Does anybody care? Nope. Nope. So crazy. But anyway, the article continues. Twitter is already working on its own decentralized social media initiative. CEO Jack Dorsey first announced in December 2019 that the platform would be funding a dedicated team to develop a decentralized standard for social media, and recently hired a crypto developer to lead the group. At the time, Dorsey said the aim was to shift away from content hosting and removal to recommended algorithms directing users' attention and avoid content. What? At the time, Dorsey said the aim was to shift away from content hosting and removal to recommendation algorithms directing users' attention and avoid content that sparks controversy. and outrage rather than healthy and informative conversations. So they're going to be able to completely dictate, even more than they do now, what you can read, what you can watch, which will dictate what you can think. The conversations you have, the conversations people engage you in, the thoughts. This story is developing and may be updated. What the fuck? Crazy. Guys, where is this going? Where is all of this going? Man. Where is all this going? But guys, that's it for today, man. Thank you so much for rocking and vibing with the show. As always, any questions, comments, critiques, criticisms, you know where to reach us. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. Make sure y'all run up Gasoline, man. It's available on all streaming platforms. Gasoline, light a match, let's get started. Gasoline, light up a pack of that potent gasoline, blowing clouds by the pound. Gasoline, light a match, fill her up, light a match, fill her up, light a match, fill her up. Gasoline, light a match, fill her up, light a match, fill her up, light a match, fill her up. Yo, run that up, man. So much appreciate the love, appreciate the support. You know what I mean? We out here doing what we do. It's your boy Phantm Phuego, Phantm Phuego. Make sure you continue to donate, guys. Give. Support independent media. PayPal.me/Phantm, Phantm Phuego, Phuego. Know what I mean? Thank you so much. And on Venmo at Phantm Phantm Phuego Phuego-42 Phantm-Phuego-42 on Venmo at Phantm-Phuego-42. Y'all are amazing. Y'all the real rock stars. Y'all the real MVPs. I'm just the host of the ceremonies, and I get to stand in the Hall of Fame and watch legends do their work, and I'm so thankful. We out of here. See y'all in a few days. Easy. Share this out, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This Jordiii interview is so fire. Much love to the bro Jordiii. Part 2 coming in a few days. It's getting hot. Let's go.